Yo, what's going on, everybody? Yo, I have to start this off by saying that I have to announce a public apology here because I messed up. I messed up. I set the stream accidentally for yesterday when it should have been today. So that was my bad. That was my bad. Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. If I don't have a calendar in front of me, I don't know what day it is, and even sometimes that's clearly not even helpful. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought I had set it for today. I accidentally set it for yesterday. I didn't realize it till like I was like 8:30. I came into the studio. I was like doing some extra work, and then I think it was like Neon who was like, "Yo, what the heck, dude? Where are you?" I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. How is everybody though? I see Neon in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And yes, we are here. It's happening. Yeah, I was gonna do this Sunday again, and quite honestly, I actually really did enjoy the Sunday session last time. I thought it was like the perfect sort of like end of the week closure, if you will, right? We're just chilling, we're vibing, we're hanging out. But this weekend I actually have to head back home. It's my grandma's birthday, so I trying to be a good grandson. So I thought, hey, let's do it Thursday, because I don't know, I feel like people go out on Fridays, you know. But anyway, that is what. Yes, priest boy, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back, y'all. I'm telling you, we're back. And again, public apology. I accidentally set the wrong the wrong live stream date, and so it did go live yesterday. But we're here today. How's everybody doing? I'm retired. I never know what day it is. Oh, listen, Marvin. I might as well be retired too, because I honestly do not know. I'll be honest. I think since like COVID happened, since like 2020, I feel like my mind is jumbled. I don't know what day it is anymore. You know? But I'm glad to have you guys here. Yeah, I've been itching to do another live stream, to be honest with you. I had a blast hanging out with you guys last time, and so I'll try to make these. I think 2 weeks might be a good rhythm. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. How's everybody's week so far? It is a Thursday, so we're not done yet, but hopefully it's going well for you. Yo, oh, by the way, Marvin and everybody else, I found the right settings for OBS. Last time, obviously, it was the first time, so, you guys cut me some slack, but I know we were having trouble with, like, the audio and, like, everything else. It turns out I had the wrong settings completely. Like, the whole thing was jacked up. And that is the last time I listened to ChatGPT. But hopefully everything's fixed now. I think we have the audio straight. Hopefully the video is better, too. I, like, tweaked some settings. Apparently I had, like, the wrong bit rate or, like, some shit. I don't know. But hopefully it's better now. Neon said, it's all good. It happens to the best of us. We're not here now, and that's what counts. Damn right. Yeah. I'm excited, though. I want to try something today. We'll let some more people, like, maybe get in here, but, somebody, when I first posted that initial video, somebody asked if, like, how I was going to sort of create from the live streams. I want to try something new today. Because, first of all, let me show you guys. Oh, my God, I'm so excited. Check this out. So obviously, like, we have this angle here, right? Did you guys like the intro music? That was cool, right? So obviously we got this. We'll dive into Studio One here in a second. But I got a top-down shot, y'all. Look at this. Got a top-down shot this time. And as promised, we also have a studio cam right over there. I want to add, like, a cool little overlay that says, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the webcam sort of feel, like the blink, you know what I'm talking about. Like a webcam. But yeah, this is a studio. And so I'd love to incorporate this a little bit more, especially maybe when I'm like, I don't know, playing guitar or like whatever. You guys can see a wide angle. But that is what I'm thinking. Fantastic. Yeah. The intro song, I actually produced that for, oh man, like during COVID when everybody was home and like bored, I was like putting out music, like my own music, like instrumental music, and that was one of the songs that went on one of the EPs that I put out. Eventually I took them down because I just, whatever. But it's there. It's there. But yeah, I have some more angles for you guys today. I'm really excited. And here's what I'm thinking. This is what I was going to say. I got deviated a little bit. I want to obviously do the live stream today, but I want to record internally into my cameras and then somehow, in my mind, somehow make this into a full, like, shorter video that everybody can enjoy later on, That is what I'm thinking. So yeah, we'll see how we can do that. once we get into like the producing part of it, I'll start recording, and hopefully it all goes well. But okay, we have a few people in here, so why don't we do that actually? Well, let's go ahead and start recording some stuff here, and hopefully things go well. So if I do that, and if I do this, right, and then I usually use OBS for recording my screen whenever I do like tutorials, but I'm kind of using it now to stream. So that's, oh, wait a minute. This is not going to work. I think the screen just went blank. Yeah, this is not, I don't think this is going to work. Oh man, that sucks. I'm going to have to find a different solution then. So the screen on the camera just went black, but I'm wondering, because the stream is a little delayed, I wonder if it'll go black too for you guys. I'm just checking here. Uh-oh. We'll see. I feel like it? I don't know. Oh, anyway. Yeah, the thanks, man. I love that song. It's probably one of my favorite songs that I've produced. It's like really like laid back and chill. So, let me get the screen thing here going in the meantime. We're going to use an app called ScreenFlow. I used to use this a lot back in the day. And so, Studio Display. Hopefully nothing crashes. Alrighty. No, can you guys still see the screen, by the way? Like, can you guys still see me? Let me know. In the meantime, let's go ahead and just jump over here to the studio one here. Okay, so today what I'm thinking is I want to do some sort of, honestly, I don't know, but I have a MIDI chord pack that I put out some time ago on the site if you want to check it out. I'll link it down below here after we're done. But sometimes I like to start with MIDI chord packs or like some sort of MIDI, right? I do have a folder here of sounds that I go to, but where am I? We can start here with like some chords, and then we can tweak them. And so we can probably start with like something like this. No, actually, no, not that one. Let's do maybe this one. Okay, I don't like that sort of progression though. And so what we could probably do is let's take off the bottom notes. And I kind of want to elongate this, right? So we have a C minor, another C minor here. Let's delete this one. Let's delete these. And then let's shift that over a whole measure. Okay, I don't like that one. And so we could probably do like an A flat, right? And I don't like that. Okay, that's cool. Let's go ahead and maybe flip this up here. Or maybe we keep it down low. I'm looking for like dark and moody vibes. And there's something going on here. I don't think it's hitting at the exact start. Yeah, that's probably what it is. There it is. Sometimes when like the notes overlap, it doesn't ring out properly, so we could just probably pull them back a little bit. I don't need the end to be perfect. Now, could I play this? 1000%. Do I want to right now? Not really. Plus, you know what's crazy? Like, obviously, I think you should learn an instrument. I think it only helps. But sometimes working on the grid, and I don't know if anybody like thinks about it this way, but working on the grid also allows you to work on the rhythm because you're able to see things in like a time signature, like in measures and bars and what have you. Like it's a visual representation of how we count music. So I find that to be really helpful. And so sometimes I will do this just to kind of get the practice of like visualizing where certain things should go. No, so I'm thinking. That's fine, and we can loop that. Let's go ahead and loop that there. But what I'm thinking of is like maybe some sort of organ. Maybe we can do like an older, like maybe like 2000s hip hop type of beat. A lot of organs, a lot of brass, a lot of strings. So, right? So let's bring this over to Analog Lab. Let's bring up something here. Let's do, maybe I have some organ. It would help if I turn this thing on. That might be too low. What if we just... We could probably invert these. Cool. That's fine for now. One of the things I've learned is like I rather move quickly because you can easily just get stuck in an idea, and sometimes ideas take time and like more layers to flesh out. So speed is sometimes the name of the game. Not always, but you know. I don't know if you guys have messed with like Splice, but dude, this is not an advertisement for them or whatever, but I love it and I hate it, and I'll explain why. I love it because it's there and we can use it, but at the same time, like I have so many samples that I wish I could use, but this is just so easy to use, right? So, 2000s clap. For whatever reason, the early 2000s hip hop, the snare was a clap, and the snare was more of like an accent hit, if that makes any sense. I'm cool with that. By the way, I don't know who these people are, Oliver, but they have some amazing packs on Splice. So let's bring this down here. And then we'll basically... Oh, you know what? No. Pause that. Let's actually... I feel like finger drumming today. So we can actually bring up this, and I can show you guys that top-down camera. So let's actually place the clap here. All right, let's do like a 2000s, I don't know, snare. Hey, I believe this is from Sticky Beats. He's another producer. Yeah, we just need like an accent thing. Actually, I'd love to look into his pack, because I think his pack has a lot of like, it's called like 2000s bounce or something like that. How do I do that? View pack. There we go. And then we could probably do like, I'm looking for one shots. And then let's do kicks. Oh no, this is jazz. I don't know who that is. That's weird though. Oh, Sticky Beats. Yeah. Sorry, it's a collab. I'm like tripping. All right, so check this out. That was a bounce for whatever reason, like a flammed clap, which is basically just two claps overlapped. Let's record some of that, see what happens. And I think I recorded this twice. It's all good. Let me go back to Studio One here really quickly. Now for this, let's go over to the quantize menu. I'll do like an 80 quantize. By the way, let me show you guys something real quick. So on the, I gotta map my Elgato to this, man. But I wouldn't say this keyboard is like the best keyboard, but what I do love, it has a natural integration with Studio One as well. So you can loop, you can like record, do a bunch of different things, set the tempo if you just like tap on it. I really like that. And then these knobs up here will auto map to your mixer. Okay, I can't show you that at the same time because I didn't build a scene for that, but you could also quantize. And so Um, yeah. So my bad. Yeah, I had the mic muted again, like a dummy. Um, but yeah, no, I was saying I hear you. I hear you, Neon. I don't like too many things at once. I try to keep things limited, simply because oftentimes it'll give me analysis paralysis, and I don't really like to, just kind of prevents me from doing what I have to do. I try to keep a few like virtual instruments that I can rely on. Um, Otherwise, like it just gets crazy. Yeah, sorry guys. I had the mic muted. Sometimes it's like juggling a bunch of things as you're. I'm still new to streaming, okay? Although I'm having a feeling that what's going to happen, or what's going to need to happen, is I'm going to have to probably get a dedicated streaming computer, because Studio One is kind of like bugging out as I'm trying to like stream and record at the same time. But if that's the case, I'll just stop recording, and so we can just kind of vibe for a little bit, because I don't want to interrupt what's going on. And for whatever reason, like it's not loading. Let me try ending the screen flow, actually, because that might be the problem. Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on with Studio One. It like won't let me load like virtual instruments unless it's like popping up in a different window, but I don't think so. Like that's so bizarre. Will it load this maybe? No, it's like you're gonna use whatever you have on the screen. Yeah, that's crazy. Has this ever happened to you guys? This is like nuts. I'm trying to load a VST, but it's like not loading. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to definitely get a dedicated computer, because I think this is putting too much strain on the Mac. Um, and I thought I could do it all, but it doesn't look like it's being able to handle like all the everything. So actually, you know what? I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna stop recording. Maybe it's the recording that's like messing everything up, since it is going through OBS. That thing is like saying like, nope, definitely not. Let me try to save it real quick, and then we'll come back. Give me 1 second, yo. Maybe it's like bugging out or something. Sometimes you gotta restart it. Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to close it and reload it. Let's find out. Give me 1 second. But I think that might be the move. I think I might have to get a dedicated streaming computer, but then like, how do you connect both? I don't know. We'll figure it out. What's today, the 20th? Anyway. Loading back up. Should be back here in a second. Let me show you guys real quick. Yo, how many plugins do you guys have? Sometimes it's like loads forever, which is probably part of the problem, that it shouldn't have too much. That's why I like the restricted templates. Sometimes like having less tools is definitely the go. Definitely the move. But yeah, speaking of which, I don't know if you guys use like Mac or Windows or whatever, but I got one of those like M whatever computers, and I thought that would like help solve everything, but man, to be honest, it's been giving me more issues than anything else. Hey, we're back. Okay, cool. That shouldn't happen though. Like, that's strange. Yeah, now things are working. Okay. Let's do like a choir. And so... Actually, I'm not mad at that either. I'm not mad at that pad. What if we did that and then did it again? We could play around with some of those notes so like things don't overlap weird. Oh, they have organs too. Shoot. Let's see what they have. By the way, I'm going to warn you guys, sometimes when I like hyper focus on things, I might just go dead silent. That's just part of like when I get really into something. Ooh. This is it, the jazzy percussive one. I love that. I love that. I love that. What we could probably do here, what is this, a C minor? Using the Beatmaker's toolbar here again, let's do create a bass note. Okay. I love that. And then this is an A flat. Somewhere along there. This is an E flat. Yeah. Just like dark and moody. Love that. What if we had that pad? Okay, you know what? Analog Lab, you're not it for today. Yeah, some reverb on this organ sounds dope. But what I like to do sometimes is like, let's bring this down here, let's EQ this. Otherwise it gets like washy. Also, for whatever reason, like early 2000s hip hop had a lot of dry claps. I don't get it. A lot of dry drums. Maybe because everything was kind of sampled. And, you know, that depended on whatever record they picked it from. What I am gonna do though, and I do this often, let's go send over all of this to some sort of like beat verb. What I'd love to do is, let's change these colors. Let's talk about maybe bringing in some sort of like brass as well, or like strings. And the strings could probably be like a not like elongated, you know what I mean? Yeah, like just accentuations, if you will. Maybe we could cut them off here. Yeah, like that. And so when we put that together, matter of fact, let's go just... What if you experiment a little bit with like... I do like the sort of string action, but maybe like some just brass. Synth brass? Bright pads. Yo, I kid you not, I got this plugin for $1 one time. Like it was a Black Friday. Synth brass. Nah, I want some like real brass. Is that even in here? Polysynths. Here we go. Big section. The problem with a lot of like VST brasses is that they sound kind of fake. You know who might actually have some? Yo, this might be a throwback. Shout out to Superstar O. I remember one time, how do I even get to it? I might not even know, to be honest. He used to put out some like packs for Contact. He used to put these like packs for Contact that had some like really, really dope sounds. Problem is I haven't used this plugin in a while. I'll be honest, I don't even know. It's fine. Yeah, all these sound like super synthy and fake. I wish I still had my trumpet. That was actually the first instrument I learned how to play. No, we can go back to strings. And so that organ provides sort of like the foundation. A little bit of body with that pad. I wish you could have a little bit more expression on those strings. What if instead, what if we take that snare, right, and we send it over, can I drag it from here? No, I can't. Let's go back to Splice. I think that's the one I use. Let's bring it into here. Or actually, this might already be one that we could probably use. Nah, I like this one better. And then I kind of want to pitch it like a doop towards the end. And so let's actually remove these here. We'll leave just the clap. Yeah, exactly. And then what we could then do is quantize this and then pitch this down. People ask me all the time, like, oh, you can just tune the thing down in Impact. I get it, friend. I get it. But I want to do it this quickly. I just want to, this is what I'm talking about. Just pitching stuff down within the piano roll. FL Studio has it. Logic has it with their drum machine designer. Studio One, please, please. Yo. Yo, facts. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat, yo. They're like, Studio One's not represented for you tonight. I know, man, the damn disrespect. I showed up for Studio One, and this is how you do me. It's all good, man. This it's software. It's how it happens sometimes. I'm just catching up on the chat, y'all. Yeah, Studio One disrespecting tonight, bro. Disrespecting. Sounds like a night drive type beat. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make a whole video on this. But I have entirely reframed the way that I think of creating music. We're not gonna dive into like history, but like I used to be I think I mentioned this before, I used to be like a sit down and make perfection type of thing. But that's not how it works. Sometimes you just have to sit down and put in the reps. Sometimes you just have to like throw things at the wall and experiment and have fun. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Yeah, Marvin wants to know what chords I'm using. 100%. Let me show you guys really quickly. So if you go over to, okay, this is, you have to sometimes extend it like this, right? Sometimes it'll just be a hamburger icon. Make sure that you have the chords track open, so just like that, right? And then if you click on this little button right here, the chord display, sorry, let me go over to something that actually plays chords. You can do input chord, and it shows you what you're playing. Right, that's a diminished, that doesn't sound great. So that's how you do that. If you go to input chord, it'll literally just display whatever you're playing on the keyboard. And then if you go to chord track, it'll show whatever's on the chord track. And obviously, I believe editor is just like maybe, let's see. Oh yeah, exactly what we're playing. So we're doing a C minor, A flat major, and E flat major. And then it just loops. I think it's time for like a big fat 808. I have one here. I swear to God, y'all, I've been using this for like 10 years. I might have gotten this from like Busy Works Beats. Shout out to Game. Oh, actually, no. I had one from him that I used a long time, but then I got this other one called the Lo-Fi 808. The producer's name is Lo-Fi. Just right. Nice. And so what I like to do, 808s are probably the easiest thing to program. Just bring your MIDI, whatever you have. Oh no, I turned that into audio. Yeah, if you drag MIDI into an audio track, it literally just turns it into an audio track. So that's a little tip for you. But that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring this down here. And so what'll happen is now I just want to keep the sort of the bass note, right? If I hover over this chord, it shows me here that this is an A flat, and so we can just keep that A flat. If I hover over this, again, you can see this on the chord display as well. It's an E flat, and so we just keep it just like that. And then the easiest thing to do, this is gonna be too low, I'm feeling. I like to elongate them first so I can hear them. Sometimes I'll even like put them at a higher pitch so that I can hear them. Kind of mess with the rhythm. Okay, and so this is where it gets interesting. I'm gonna take the chord display off for a while, a little bit, so we can kind of see what's happening. And then what I like to do is if you press this hamburger icon and then go over to your kick, I'm able to see like where it says kick, but really it's impact, where the kick is hitting. And if you want to create like a really easy pattern, you can just cut where the kick is so it kind of hits together. Right? So like we could probably like do something here. Are we in C minor? Yeah, we're in C minor. Lock the scale in. And then if we take a look and see what I like to match. You see how we see the ghost notes in the background? All you have to do is click on the, not the pencil icon, that'll make you edit them, but the little circle here, it'll just show them in the background. This does sound like a night out driving situation. Like I just got mad. I got mad at my wife. I was fed up. I said, I'm gonna go on a drive. Don't talk to me. Put on like a real like moody, broody music. Sometimes it doesn't have to be on the chord though. Like this needs a little bit of like something. My go-to for like forever was still is, if I'm being honest. It's this little plugin called Sausage Fattener. I believe it's like an EDM group called Dada Life. I'm talking about. Having too many things can sometimes be a bad thing because I want to move quickly, and sometimes like having so many folders. Soundtoys is what I'm looking for. Tremolator. I freaking love this thing. If you guys ever need like a pack of really good plugins for like mixing, the Soundtoys bundle, cannot recommend it enough. Just a little bit of bounce, a little modulation. Alright, if we take it off, I mean, it's cool. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to find that brass. Yo, I don't know what the new like version of Kontakt is, but it used to just be so easy to find like your own presets. I feel like they're trying to make it so like you don't really move outside of their like libraries. I don't know. There used to be, and maybe I'm tripping, maybe if you guys, rack view? Is that what I'm looking for? Single view doesn't do a damn thing. There used to be a view where I could look into my own like presets and files. I don't really know like where the heck that went. I feel like older versions of this were a little better. What do you guys say in the chat? What up, Ghost? Welcome in, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, there it is. Wait, I think. What the hell did I click? That's gonna be the real question. Oh, it's just the Kontakt button. Like, bro, why would you hide it behind a button, bro? Like, give me just like what? Anyway, no, I don't want to manage libraries, and there's some that are a bunch missing. Files. Ah, here we go. Here we go. And I think I actually had it loaded up already. So shout out to Superstar O. He had these like exclusive VIP preset banks that he used to do back in the day. You were like subscribed to like one of his like monthly things, and he would give you like preset packs every day. And so, let's do this one. Ooh! I mean, this is still kind of synthy, but like, it's definitely like 2000s vibes. And then I don't know how we're gonna like implement this, but. Maybe like longer notes. Yo, this preset is like so nostalgic of like 2000s hip hop. Ba bum 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 bum. I don't know. Bum bum bum. I might have to play that myself. Something along those lines. That'd be cool. Let's get rid of this though. What if we invert that? That could be like a cool lead line that we do with another instrument. Yo, what up, Aiden? Come on in, brother. No, I'm with you, Marvin. Kontakt bothers the shit out of me, too. And, oh my god, are we doing a Kontakt rant? I love Native Instruments, first of all. I will say that. But it's just so difficult to map things out. I've had to do like full videos mapping these things out so you have control over all the sounds. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. But you guys understand. That could be cool. Played the wrong chord there at the end. One more down. Let's quantize. Or hear me out. We could do a little bit of a delay, another Echo Boy. This is another plugin from let's do chord. That might be too much. Although maybe it's kind of cool, I don't know. It's a little too much. That's cool though. What if we let me see. Let me isolate this really quickly because sometimes I get ideas and I have to. Let's go ahead and actually bring up the mix here. This is the feedback. Here. Ooh, what about ping pong? That'd be cool. What does that sound like with everything else? If I'll keep that brass, but at the same time, like, I think it's fine for now. A lot of times what I like to do is I like to just like sketch like we're doing now, and then I often always wake up the next morning and just re-listen to it again and kind of go from there. It's always a work in progress. Yo, I'm really intrigued now with this plugin. This has been working for a lot of stuff. Let's keep looking. Maybe they have like a cool little lead that we can use here. Oh no, that's Contact. Never mind. Not this. Let's well, actually. Okay, hold on. That might be something. I'd have to turn on the brass. Just kind of like more in the background, right? I'll show you guys what I'm doing here with the... Maybe not the right sound. Not a bad idea. A little piano, like maybe do the like what are they called? Accent notes? I don't know. A little pizzazz. Dun, 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 right? Like a little piano on top. A piano. Like a little percussion loop. Sometimes I like to spice things up with a little, like, I don't know, percussive movement. Definitely not what we're looking for. That's fire. Perk loop. Nah, this is not gonna fit. This is like too lively. Bum. But I do like that piano idea though. I think that's fire. I'll tell you what. Let's do a little bit of arrangement, and then we can kind of go from there. Sometimes like more ideas come as we build this out. So what I'll do is I'll probably name this like a chorus, and then we can do maybe like duplicate this here. And usually when I'm like building sketches out like this, I'll probably only go like up to the first verse or chorus depending on like how it's structured. This is gonna be an intro, and then maybe like a moody pad in the organ. That could be like, I like to keep one sound that's sort of familiar throughout the whole thing. Maybe like double that, actually. That wouldn't hurt. Maybe, I don't know. A drum fill would be so fire here. And so let's actually go back over to here. Let's go to my go-to folder. Let's go to crashes. I literally always use this one. Just fits the vibe. Oh, actually, you know what? This makes sense because we're at 144, which would be like what, 72. So this is actually 4 measures. This is 8. Okay. And so from here, you can probably make this like a verse or something along those lines. Or we could flip it, but you know. Let's keep the brass only for that hook. Maybe you could take out like the kick here. Oh, you know what happened? Because I had the kick tied with the... Here's what I want to do. Let's actually take out this. And actually, I think I want to cut it here. It's a little long in the tooth otherwise. And And here's what I'm thinking. Am I able to drag? I wish I could drag. Can I drag? No. I wish I could drag from here. Let's go back over to here. Am I able to access the library? Let's bring this in here. I want to bring it in as a separate track. Because what I want to do... like here, and then... right, so... okay, so it's here. And we duplicate that. Why are we doing this? Well, because from here... let's call this clap pre, for like pre-chorus. Bring this down here. Let's make this a blue. And then I want to drown this out a little bit in like reverb. Let's do... so there. Right, just make it kind of like more dramatic, and then a little bit of an echo boy to ping pong that. But let's actually let's do maybe a quarter note delay or a quarter note delay. Nah, I don't like that. What if we remove one? I need more feedback. That's cool. So like we're just not, it's more spread out. And so what'll happen, we can remove that crash from there. We can remove it. That's fine. I want a bigger crash here as well in the beginning. So like in the big sections, like at the start of the chorus, call this, no, this is not it. It's this one. Call this a big crash. So it'll be like a... okay, and then it'd be like at the start of the verse. Let's look for a drum fill. I think a drum fill in the beginning would be kind of cool. Oh, actually, a little open hat wouldn't be bad either. Not a bad idea. Like right here. To be like that in between. Although I don't like that one. We'll go back to this. I was looking for a drum fill. Let's go to home. Drum fill. Nah, I need like a yeah, hip hop drum fill. Ooh. Better not. Maybe. How would that sound? Let's bring that in here. But it needs to be longer. Be like, you know? Maybe this one could work a little better. Here's what I'm maybe thinking. I swear to God, I can't do math, especially when I'm... let's bring this down to 72. Oh, but I already did a bunch of the arrangement. I would have to, like, cut everything. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. We could just extend this, right? So... That's not the one, but we definitely need like a drum fill. Yeah, no. I think I'm gonna have to eventually like bring this down to 72 because a lot of these samples are in like the regular timing anyway. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. Let me go back to the chat real quick. Alrighty. Using a gaming laptop. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go back to my streaming machine. I also have a capture card that I connect for capturing video along with an audio interface. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I feel like this is the route that I need to go, but when things get too complex, it overwhelms me. So I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Let's go. What's up, Aiden? Contact bothers me. Where were we? I like that a lot. Thank you, Marvin. Just shorten the brass a little bit. Yeah, the brass is a little overpowering. Let's go with the Atom SQ. You still use it? Oh, man. Got to go. Got any go-to toms? Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yo, I loved my Atom SQ, but it just died. Like, that's the truth of it. People are like, yo, I thought you loved this, like, MIDI keyboard. Where is it? I don't see it anymore. I actually really loved it because it was so compact and so portable. I used to take that with me everywhere, but just one day it just stopped working. And I had to end up going to... Can I actually go to... I actually had to, like, go into using what I have now, which is the Atom. The regular Atom. I still use this a lot, and my preference is to have both, like a keyboard layout, but then also a pad layout. A lot of times I'll play like leads, or like sometimes I want to have like a chord or something to play chords with, and I'll use that here. But sometimes when I'm doing drums, I do want a finger drum like I showed you guys. And on top of that, I also like to, when I'm sampling, I like a grid, right? If I'm loading up a sample and chopping it up, I'll do it like MPC style, chop it up along the pads, and then I'm able to do it that way. That is my preferred way. And then yeah, here on the left we have like the fader port. But that's what happened to my SQ. It just died, if I'm being honest with you. I really wish, and I don't know if this is in the cards for them. I don't know if this is something that they actually even want, but I would love to see like another hardware unit from PreSonus. Now I'm saying I don't know if this is what they want, because I know since the Fender acquisition, they're really focused in on well, actually that doesn't make any sense, because like Fender's huge on like guitars, right? So I don't know. I know they're focusing in on, they sent me this. This seems like a cool thing. I'll probably make a video on, I don't know, but it's like a audio interface for like your phone and your tablet and that kind of thing to like plug with guitars. I wish it would just make like, I don't know, like a keyboard or something. Although if we're being totally honest, what I really would want is for them to refresh the samplers in Studio One. I wish we would get a rehaul for Sample One, which is what we used here for the let me show you guys real quick. What we used here for the 808. I wish we could get a rehaul for this, and I wish we could get a rehaul for the Impact, which is the drum machine here. There's so many more things we could do. Like, for example, here on the screen, I can't even do fade-ins. I know I can mess with the envelope, and that'll give me the similar effect, but, like, these things should be, like, intuitive for someone who, especially if they're, like, maybe catering to beginners. I need to be able to make that fade-in case a sample was, like, chopped weird. You know what I mean? So many more things. I'd love an option where, like, if I start here with these samples on a drum pad, and then I want to be able to like maybe pitch them across the keyboard like I did here with the snare, right? So then I can program things on the piano roll. I'd love a way for me to be able to send it from here, right? Like maybe I start out like finger drumming things just like I did, but then I'm like, yo, I want to pitch the snare, send to sample 1. That would be cool. Did you try using a different USB-C wire? Paper Chaser, are you talking about this thing here? The interface? Because here's another thing too. This is what you're talking about. I've tried to use this, but the problem is that it is USB-C and I still have a Lightning iPhone, and the adapters, which I have here, does not work. So you can't just like connect it to your Lightning iPhone. It also does not work even with an original OEM Apple cable, like Lightning to USB-C. It needs to be USB-C to USB-C for whatever reason. That is the only reason that I haven't been able to like really use this. If that's what you're talking about. Marvin said, Johnny Gabe has some drum samples for Impact that just came out. Yeah, he's great. He's been making a lot of content. Johnny's been on the scene for a long time. He's great. I've never met him, but he makes really good videos. Imagine a sampler like the Lander. Oh my god, bro. Yes. Here's the thing. And this is me, like, I love Personas. I love the people who work there. I've met them multiple times and we work together. I just wish they would make more of a focus on, like, the hip-hop community. And I get it. Maybe they're trying to, like, convert people over from Pro Tools. I don't know what their game plan is. But I would just love a little bit more love on our samplers, on our drum pads. That's what I would love. Actually, that's also a great idea. If they could just... Because you're right. They have a lot of like internal configurations and like natural integrations with like UJM. I showed you guys that last time. A bunch of different things, right? Like, yeah, just like license out some stuff if you don't want to build it. Oh, the SQ wire for no, that shit's dead, bro. I tried it with like 30 different like cables and wires and like nothing worked. That thing is actually, matter of fact, hold on. You know, you guys don't know how this goes. If I try it now and it starts up, it was just whatever magic juju you guys brought to the stream. But it's literally been in my drawer forever. And I love this thing because it wasn't as great for like playing chords, although you could do it. But it had like a touch slider thing here. You could like still sample with it or whatever. I'll try it out though, and if it works, I swear to you, you got to be in every stream if it works. Let's find out. Nah, it's definitely dead. Like look, if I put it in here, the screen will turn on, and then just nothing. Yeah. I feel like it might still work, just the screen is weird, if I'm being honest. Anyway. Okay. Honestly, I think I'm gonna leave this one here. What time is it? 8:15. How long have we been going on for? Like an hour? I did like that little sample that I heard earlier, so maybe we can kind of like start something up that I'll maybe finish at a later. This is what we got today. Updating the universal control. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to look into the universal control situation. I'm not quite certain. Let's save this though. Let's name it. What's a good name? What are we naming this? I don't know. Someone said Late Night Drive. I like that. Also, check this out. I made a little shortcut here that whenever I type like beat exclamation mark, It just fills out like a pre-filled out thing here, and so like it's me, the name of the beat, Late Night Drive. I like to. I'm kind of OCD, y'all. I like to label my stuff just so it's easier to find. And so we'll do C minor. This was at 144, although it's kind of really 72 BPM. And then today's date, so I know when I made it. Right? And then we'll do 11/20th. Boom. And then what I like to do is I usually, let's loop this intro portion here. I will export a little snippet, call it beat snippet. That way, if I ever want to come back and work on this again, I don't have to open up the entire session. I can just simply like listen to this little snippet. So I'll do between loop, MP3, and then, yeah, I gotta show you guys like my organization folder or my organization technique. I'm really proud of this. So we started here, right? Seeds, new sketches. Then I have like needs work, promising ideas, keepers, in progress, and then usually stuff that I finish, right? But this will stay in seeds for now. And so where was it? Late Night Drive. Open, boom. And then what I'll usually do is probably like once a week. Yeah, that's fine. Once a week, I'll go through like my sketches throughout the week, and then I'll just like move them along based on like how, if I like them or whatever. All right, y'all. Thanks, Ivan. Appreciate the cool session. Thanks, man. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think I mentioned this last time. This is me just being like totally like honest and vulnerable. I've put off live streams for a long time because you know what I mean? Like there's just more pressure when people are watching. And so I'm trying to do this to put myself in this sort of like uncomfortable situation. Like it's not that I'm awkward, like, right? Like, but it is more pressure whenever you're creating and someone's watching, but I feel like that's a skill that we need to build up. And so if I'm being totally honest with you guys, I don't think this beat was anything special personally, but again, we are our biggest critics. I've done like way cooler stuff. So I'm gonna just blame it on being live. Maybe we'll get better as we go, you know. But I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys learned something. Paper Chaser said it seems to be a software issue because mine's did that a while back, and I had to uninstall and reinstall any Persona software and drivers. Do you mean like, oh shit, like from your computer you had to reinstall it? Because that seems like a lot of work. If that's what I got to do, I don't know if I'd be able to like go through with it, if I'm being honest. Yeah. Anyway. What I actually need is I need a new keyboard, man. Someone pointed it out last time, but I've been using that one. That's like my main MIDI keyboard that I currently have disconnected. That's in a Kai MPK 61, not the 261, not the advanced, not whatever they have going on. It is literally the first version, and that keyboard is still rocking. I love it, but now that I've sort of have more experience with like better keybeds, like some of the complete stuff or whatever, it just doesn't feel the same anymore. I'm looking for a replacement. I hear my favorite keybed of any MIDI keyboard is the Arturia ones. Those feel amazing. I have the Mini 3, the Mini Lab 3, I think it is. Those have really, really good keys. And so that's what I need to do. I also want to like put a sort of like sliding keyboard tray here at the bottom so that I can just like swap it over. But maybe that's for a different day. All right, my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. As I mentioned, I wanted to do this on Sunday again, but I'm heading out of town. And I thought today might be a good day to do it. Although my idea of like recording this kind of flopped, you know? Oh well. I'll do another video. Marvin says I have 2 new keyboards that I'm evaluating. What are to? Stay tuned. Yeah, please let us know, Marvin. I'd love to know your thoughts on the Arturia and Nectar ones. I hear Nectar has some good stuff too. But I personally have tried the Arturia ones, and they're great. It says go into the device manager in Windows and one by one uninstall everything from Personas. Damn. and reinstall everything from the updated universal control. Oof. That seems like a task, brother. I don't know. I might do it though. I don't know if you guys ever get like this sort of like sometimes I gather so much shit on my computer that I want to like just wipe it and start fresh. So maybe that's the move. Maybe I'll just wipe everything and start from scratch. Yeah. Anyway. All right, my friends. I think I'm going to call it here. I had a blast hanging out with you guys. Maybe easier on Mac, maybe. Absolutely hanging out with you. Loved hanging out with you guys. I think I will start doing these every 2 weeks. I think just to kind of get in the habit of like live streaming more. I think the next step for me is to get like a dedicated stream deck so I can just like push buttons because right now I'm still like clicking on on scenes. But anyway, YouTube brother, thank you so much, Renzo. Thank you for coming over. Bless you too, man. Thank you guys for stopping by. It was an absolute blast. It's like 8:30 p.m. here, so I'm gonna go chill. Maybe watch some, I don't know, shows or something. But thank you guys for stopping by. And I'll let you guys know the next live stream, just to kind of let you guys know now, if we do 2 weeks, it'll not next weekend because that's obviously like Thanksgiving. So like I'm sure you guys will be with your families, and I'll definitely be with mine. So maybe the week after that, you know. I have this I started this really cool like guitar driven like Brazilian funk vibe, so maybe I'll finish that one in the next stream. But all right, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I will see you guys on the next one.